Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to what is almost certainly going to be the last episode of Resident Evil HD. There's not much left. There really isn't much left to do now. You must excuse me if I'm sounding a little bit melancholy. I've absolutely loved playing this game. I have adored returning to it again and it's been a long time. It's been a very, very long time since I last played this. I'm amazed at how much of it I remember. I really am. I am utterly amazed. It's like, I mean, to be fair, it isn't enormously different from the original game. And the structure, the puzzles and whatnot, although they have been adapted somewhat and expanded in most instances, it's not so different that you can't figure out the differences just by having some working knowledge of the original game, or of just how survival horror works in general. I mean, they haven't messed too much, which is really lovely. That's a really wonderful thing. Now, one of the few things we have left to do is to refuel this lab. We need to get the power working again, which is a little bit of a son of a bitch, it has to be said. It's a kind of puzzle, I suppose, that we need to do. It's one of the most frustrating in the entire game, because we can't get hit too much, we can't fire too much, and we can't run whilst we're doing it. If we run, we're going to go bang. So this is going to be tricky. Oh, look at the cockroaches. That's the kind of ambient detail I adore in this game. You can't step on them and crush them, unfortunately, but that is just gorgeous. Oh, I forgot about that. The skeletal structure displayed isn't quite human. I wonder what it could be. Okay, here we are. If we must. Okay. Oh. A nitro compound. Running could result in a fatal explosion. So we have got to be so bloody careful. And guess where we've got to put this, ladies and gentlemen? Just guess. It can't be any of these nice quiet areas where we've already disposed of all of the zombies, can it? Oh no. Oh no, it has to be the area that's full of endlessly respawning, ceiling-mounted, throat-ripping chimeras. Of course it does. What else were you expecting? Especially considering that we're playing the fucking thing on hard mode. Now I'm going to interpret Jill's lack of expression as a bit of terminal worry. And not with that. Look at... Oh man, just for one moment, just let's go back and look at that. Look at that for a lighting effect. That is the kind of thing that you just wouldn't have gotten in the original Resident Evil. It just wasn't possible on the PS1. That is amazing. Considering that this is a pre-rendered background, that is stunning. Anyway, enough admiring the ambience of the decaying, hideous bioweapon laboratory. Let's go and find where we need to insert this thing, shall we? Very, very, very carefully. Now, I'm hoping that firing isn't going to disrupt this fuel supply. If it does, then we are in trouble. I think it's just running in this version. Being hit might do it as well, so man, have we got to be careful. Oh god, just be nice. Fuck off. Now, where is it? Where is it? I cannot remember. I cannot remember. Is it this way? Is the refueling thing this way? Or is it through there. If not, we are wasting ammo like and time like an imbecile. But hey-ho, I think it's through here, which is frustrating to say the least. Another one's going to drop down on us, of course. Because of course it is. Resident Evil does not let its characters have nice things. That's not the point, it's a survival horror game. If we wanted nice, we should have been playing a My Little Pony game or something. Go away. I love the way they melt. That's a very T-virus thing. That seems to happen with a lot of T-virus creatures, for some reason. They tend to go to glop. That's what happened to the zombies in the original game, because the PS1 couldn't cope with maintaining their corpses everywhere. Go away. What you used to get is the zombies used to become like a kind of glop. Stop. Ooh. We can't do that because yeah. No, where is it? Where is the refueling bay? Come on, give me a break. That's the self-destruct mechanism, which is huge, according to Jill. Come on, give me a break. Where is it? I think we missed it. I think we're actually engaging in a little bit of time wastage here, not to mention ammo wastage. I think it's through here somewhere, but this place, for some reason, this is actually one of the hardest areas to navigate in the entire game. I don't know why, but it's always fucked me over. It's always confused me. It's not down this way, I don't think. This is where the GameCube was, if I remember correctly. And yes, one is going to come out of there. Yeah, that's the GameCube, so that's not what we want. It must be through here, then. It must be in this area. You gonna come out? No? No? Alright, then fair enough. Come out this side, then. We'll shoot you on this side, or we'll shoot you on that side. It's all the same to Jill. Come on, where is it? It's so difficult to see. I mean, it's one of the faults. Ooh, we nearly did it then. It's one of maybe the faults. Shit. So, yeah. We can't fire too much either. Damn. That's gonna make this really, really difficult. At the very least now, we can, well, at least now we know where it isn't. It's in that first area, so that makes it a little easier at the very least, ladies and gentlemen. But these are the factors. It's running, being hit by the creature. In fact, I think if you're hit once, it goes up, and firing your own weapon as well. Anything that causes resonance or vibration or anything like that. So this is fucking difficult, quite frankly. Fear can't kill you, but what? What? Okie dokie, let's try that one again, shall we? Because that didn't go so well now, did it? We'll take those as well, just in case. I don't think we'll need all of this ammunition. I mean, in fact, if we need all of this ammunition, we're going to fail anyway, because we'll just blow up. But, yeah, just for precaution's sake, we'll take this ammunition. Dear me. I'm doing very, very badly here. I mean, ostensibly, it's not that hard. In terms of theory, it's not that hard, but the practice is actually a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Jill's ponytail and cap remarkably intact, actually. One of the things the GameCube couldn't really do is do, like, consistent wounds and things, which I think latter-day Resident Evils do that. You do start to get wounds and marks and scratches and things as you go through. It's certainly true in Resi 7, which we will be playing, by the way. We will definitely be playing that, because I loved it, quite frankly. I thought Resi 7 was an amazing return to form for the franchise. But more of that when we get on to play it. And if I can play it with... if I can record and play it with the VR helmet, then we'll do that, because that's how it's most fun, believe me. That is most certainly how it's most fun. In point of fact, something we desperately need is more VR horror, because I'm telling you, unless you've played Resi 7 with the VR helmet, you've no idea. It's entirely different. The experience is amazing. Most horror video games, up until the establishment of VR, they're scary in different ways. They're frightening or disturbing, but there's always a distance between you and the horror. It's always something you can turn off or switch off from. It's not the case with the VR helmet. I found that with Resi 7, I could only play it for stints of about 10 to 20 minutes at a time, and that wasn't because of any apparent nausea, which the VR helmet has been known to cause, or like travel sickness or something like that. I don't get that with it, funnily enough. That doesn't actually affect me like that. It's because it's so unfathomably tense for me. It actually hurt my joints and my heart while I was playing it. Which is amazing. I mean, I want more horror games to do that, please. I mean, that's why you play horror. That's why you... surely that's why you engage with any kind of horrific material in full stop, isn't it? Isn't that why you want horror? For it to horrify and distress and repel? That's why I do it. What? What? Oh, please tell me you are kidding. Oh God. So can we not use weapons at all? Oh shit. Oh God, this is gonna be horrific. That went awesomely well, didn't it? Wow. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, Resi 7 on the VR system is unfathomably good. It's an excellent example of what VR is for, of how that system could potentially be a quantum leap forward in video gaming. I loved it. I mean, it's an odd thing, because it's very different from all other Resi titles. It's totally different. Tonally, it's so far removed you wouldn't even believe. In terms of subject matter, it's pretty far removed as well. It doesn't really start becoming like a Resi title until right near the end. And I mean right near the end. For better or for worse. And although I know it is enormously expensive, if you have the chance to play Resi 7 using the VR, do it. I mean, I cannot. If you like horror, if you're a fan of actually being scared, that's the thing. When I say if you're a fan of horror, I don't just mean if you like by the numbers horror films. I mean if you actually like being scared, if you actually like the feeling of being disturbed and upset and unsettled, then play it. Play it on the VR, because it's an experience. It's an amazing experience. This is wow, this is actually going to be really tricky, guys. This is I didn't realize that it could just blow up if you happen to fire your weapon at it. Maybe it was because we were too close to the damn thing. I don't know. Maybe it was because we were too close, but let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, set the capsule into place. We're gonna have to be so damn careful now. I hate this puzzle. I love the fact that running is outlined in red there. Good God, I mean, you know when I was talking earlier about umbrella and health and safety and how it's not much of a concept? Well, that goes in all areas, doesn't it? It's not just the fact that they're working with stupid bio-weapons that could get out and potentially rip your face off and your guts out, or manufactured viruses that could turn you into a slowly rotting cannibalistic freak. It's not even the silly puzzles that open entirely impractical doorways and whatnot. It's even the systems of like refueling and everything. Everything is lethal with Umbrella. Absolutely everything is lethal. I can't imagine how people become employees of Umbrella. And I can't imagine how people stay employees of Umbrella for very long. I mean, I don't know, I'm not sure, but have any of the games dealt with, like, the upper echelons of Umbrella? I know that Code Veronica talks a little bit about the Spencer family and how they established Umbrella, but that doesn't really speak very much to the, like, the board of directors or whatever of Umbrella. And I know that Albert Wesker kind of has a high-ranking position as well, but again, that doesn't last for very long. He becomes sort of like a rogue element for Umbrella. So we can't run. We can't fight it, so we're just going to have to try and brute force it. We're just going to have to run a little bit and get through. You know, that's all we can do. If we can't fire or anything like that, this is the only thing we can do. So we're here again now. I'm getting a little bit perturbed here, ladies and gents. I can't quite remember where to fucking go. And I know you're probably all shrieking at the screen at me that it's right close to me. And I've no doubt... Oh, fuck. So if we're far away, we're alright. But only if we're far away. No, fuck, that isn't going to work either. Tits! I won't make you go through that again, ladies and gents. Bear with me. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen, I've gone back, got the refueling device, and I've mapped out exactly where we need to be going in here. It's still not going to be easy, because we can't fire our weapons and we can't run very much, and those chimera things are everywhere. But now I know exactly where the refueling station is, and I'm sure many of you did too, and were shrieking at the screen at me. All I can do is apologise. I always get disoriented in this area, and you know what? I used to in the original game as well. I remember wandering around here for ever and ever and ever, not knowing where to go. We've got to... It's just up here. We've just got to be very, very careful. And one of those damn chimera things is going to come behind us. I know it is. Okay, here it is. What? What do you mean it's not necessary to use it now? Yes, it is. Yes, oh god. Oh, I nearly had a heart attack then. If that wasn't the refueling station, I was going to kill someone, quite frankly. But now it is, and now we can get our own back on those bleeding chimeras. By get our own back, I mean run, because I don't want to use the ammo on them. They are definitely some of the most distressing enemies in the game. Do you remember the memo we found about them? In back way back in the mansion, where it talked about something that looked like a bit like a skinless ape that tore apart a pig and looked like it was actually toying with it before it killed it. That's them. They're biological weapons. They're that's what Umbrella are all about. They try to manufacture, yeah, absolutely, the perfect... Ooh, the lab's got power again. Out of my way. And you. Right, this is the that's the self-destruct mechanism. So we'll definitely be coming back here at some point. Watch them melt. And look at the bugs. Look at the grubs and things flying over. Isn't that pretty? But that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much the last puzzle in the game. But yes, the chimeras, they're foul. They're absolutely foul. And there are sort of like adaptations of them in later games, like the lickers from Resident Evil 2, which are, if anything, even more disgusting than they are. Oh god, I mean, apparently, yesterday was Resident Evil 2's anniversary, and there is most definitely going to be a Resident Evil 2 HD, so my god, ladies and gents, so I am so going to play that on this channel, and you know what I'll probably do with that one? I won't play it until I play it with you guys, until I play it, here until I play it on YouTube, so that's going to be a blast. Righty ho! This is one of the final areas of the game. So let's get what we were saving up for. This is what we want now. Oh yeah, this is exactly what we want now. One of the best weapons in the entire game. We're not going to need all of that ammunition for it, but just in case, and of course. Oh, I'm gonna miss this place when it's all done with. And who knows when I'll revisit it again. I mean, it's been so long since I played it for the last time. And all of this, it's bizarrely sentimental. I don't know what it means for your state of mind when you have sentimental attachments to material like this. But I generally do. Almost all of my sentimental material is horror-based. So, yeah. I'm fairly certain I would be a psychologist's field day. But let's go. There's nothing else to do down here other than to descend. And before we do that, a little bit of a cutscene. Oh.
Jill.
Barry.
There you are, Mr. Burton. Yeah, let's go. With your cannon there, Barry, which could probably kill anything in this game with one shot, including the tyrant. Oh, you can tell things are getting serious now by the lighting and the framing. Are you sure? Are you really sure you want Barry at your back, Jill? Because quite frankly, I wouldn't. I love the fact that Umbrella have seen fit to put like the hazard symbol, the biological hazard symbol, down here, not up there, just down here. So silly, so silly. Oh, who's this?
Wesker.
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Yeah, of course.
Don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and two lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
I love the dialogue, it's so awful.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Oh, he's really
Well,
not,
you
Jill.
worry too much, dear.
I mean, in this
He'll be free of
game,
all this
yeah.
anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
But later on, God, he's a hard ass. He really is.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl. But I think you misunderstand me. The things you mentioned are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Yes, Barry. Go do as you're told.
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family. You bastard.
Oh, emotion.
Umbrella? Well, I used some carrots and sticks to cow him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
I love it. Terrible,
What are you
terrible,
planning?
terrible dialogue.
I guess it's time for show and tell.
Still with the sunglasses. Oh, yes. Oh, that's lovely. Handsome devil. Twitch. Ew. I mean, this gentleman is the tyrant. He's supposed to be some kind of ultimate bioweapon, but I don't know. Having a very large, vulnerable heart on your outside.
For the sake of this thing.
I can't imagine that's very, well, It makes him very vulnerable. Oh! I don't remember that happening.
Forgive me.
No, you're not to blame.
No.
It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again.
Oh yeah, that's very clever, Wesker. That's very clever indeed. Oh, look at all the boils and tumours down his right-hand thigh. Isn't that lovely? Oh shit. Oh. Oh, this is bad.
Damn it!
Jill and Barry together. In hell.
Oh, I love it.
Want a piece of me?
Oh no, he's got other ideas.
Premature.
No, Barry! You viral cultured freak.
That's not nice, Jill. It's only just been born. Maybe that's why it attacks you, because you're horrible to it. And this first instance of the tyrant isn't that hard. It really isn't. Ow. Ow. I've said that now, of course, and it's going to kill me. Oh crap, yes, it probably is going to kill me. Oh no, it's not. Did we just shoot him in the crotch? Crotch shot, yeah. The terminal looks like it's used to monitor the status of the creatures inside the capsules. This is definitely one of the creepiest things you've ever seen. Oh, so are these like a number of capsules, each containing an unspeakably ugly creature? So are all of these like little tyrants? That's kind of cool, I like that. So yeah, that's the tyrant. Not much really, is he? Ultimate bioweapon, my ass. A number of, oh yes, we've seen those, Jill, thank you. Is there anything around here? Anything that we need? Anything we could use? No? Should we check on Barry? Yeah, I suppose we should.
Barry!
Or we could just leave him here.
Barry! You're okay.
Jill, sorry.
You're going to be saying that a lot, man. A lot. Believe me.
He's gone.
Oh, that's a nice new thing. And one of the big problems of I suppose what you could call what passes for continuity in the Resi series is that in the original game, Wesker is unambiguously murdered by the tyrant. It impales him on its talons, and then he just turns up again later on, and it's not really very well explained as to how or why that could possibly be. But him getting away here instead makes a lot of sense. I like that. Okay, so oh yes, definitely. Fabulous. Okay, so now we can go and let Chris out and beat a hasty retreat. Now, I may be thinking of the original game, but yeah, I think it's only in the original. Wesker drops a key in the original, but yeah. Bye. Not much really, was he? The tyrant. But the tyrant is not just a single... Oh. Ah. Oh dear, not good.
Wesker must have set it off.
Yes, of course it's Wesker. Actually, that's another fair point. In the original game, there isn't really much explanation for why the security system goes off. It just does. So, Wesker activating it actually makes an enormous amount of sense. This is going to be a problem. Yeah, come on. Totally unnecessary. And now, of course, because the locks have been released, there's going to be all manner of freakish nonsense knocking about here. Let's go let Chris out before we do anything, because he's going to be terribly useful in a little while. Terribly, terribly useful. I don't know whether it happens in this version of the game, but in the... Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Or the chimeras start to swarm out of the ventilation systems and whatnot, and it's all terrible. Everything's going wrong. We can actually leave Chris here if you want, and he can go up with the mansion, which, you know, given what he gets up to into later games, you know, the fact that he becomes this hideous sort of steroid-induced, muscle-bound, freakish, hideous person, yeah, I'm not entirely averse to doing that. Yay! I much prefer this model of Chris to the one that appears in Resi 5 and 6. Much prefer it. He just looks more realistic. Less action man.
Jill.
Sorry about the wait. Yeah.
So everything's taken care of?
Sort of.
Well, almost. Now let's get the hell out of here.
Yes, Jill, you give the orders now. Ultimate bioweapon, the Tyrant, apparently. Jill managed to take it down on her own. So, I can't imagine it coping in most war zones that well, to be honest. Mind you, that said, that was just a prototype. That wasn't the finished article, as it were. You encounter finished versions of the Tyrant in later games, like in Resi 2.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, you're not giving orders. Oh, I love it. The two guys just abandon her. They just, like, rampage ahead, you know? Let's just abandon Jill. Nobody likes you, Jill. That's the raw fact of the matter. You know, all that stuff Barry was talking about with his family, that was bullshit. He just doesn't like you. Because you're an emotionless psychopath. Now, let's just be careful up here, because there are sometimes creatures up here. No? Okay. Free run. Fabulous. Okie dokie, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. In the original game, when you come back here, this is where it tells you whether you've done it right or not. If in the original game, if you don't complete it under a particular time and with less than 12 saves, yes, less than 12, so you need to know your way around, then Barry dies at this point. That, however, isn't canon, so because he appears in later games, so yeah, that ending doesn't really make a great deal of sense at this point. And besides which, we don't want Barry to die. I mean, he's got his problems, but he's all right. We like Barry Burton. My only real gripe is that you don't get to play as him in any of the games, insofar as I'm aware.
Come on, hurry!
God, Chris has forgiven quite quickly, hasn't he? Jesus. I'd be wanting to have words with Barry myself. Yeah. No, I mean, no. We do not need them. There's no... Why would you even want the shotgun shells at this point? That's a little silly, to be honest. Unless you are running just ridiculously low on ammo, there is absolutely no point in that. However, there's always time for herbs. And just one? That's... God, it's giving you the bare minimum to survive here.
This is Brad. I'm running out of fuel. If there's anyone alive, contact me now or just give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
God, of all the characters to survive, it's got to be Brad. Oh well, don't worry about it, ladies and gents. If you've played Resi 2, you know what happens to him. Yeah. I don't know what it does, but we'll take it. Oh, here we go. This is what it does.
to detonation.
Okay. Classic.
Damn it! We're almost there! Jill, you just get in contact with Brad.
Yeah, it's about time you
make
guys pulled your weight.
Jill, ladies first.
Oh, fuck
Chris.
you.
Would you let me have my moments too?
We'll rendezvous at the heliport.
Fine. You go fight the chimeras. This is the whole aliens moment, isn't it? With like the lift and whatnot. That's kind of cool. And it's nice, I suppose it is nice that Barry gets to redeem himself, you know? This happens at the end of every Resident Evil, ladies and gentlemen. There's every single game, there's always an evil lab, there's always a countdown. It's part of the traditions of the games. Apart from Resi 7, which is totally different. There are no evil labs in Resi 7. Will you take the signal rockets? Yes, we damn well will. Okay, let's set those off, shall we? Of course, our luck being what it is, these would almost certainly hit Brad and bring the helicopter down on top of us. Fabulous. Oh no, we're alright. I had a feeling it might be the Tyrant. Oh dear. You know when we said he was done? He ain't. Not by a long shot. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, wow. He's a bit tougher than we anticipated. We've got to be very careful because he's very fast. And he does this charge move that is actually really frustrating. So we've got to keep moving. When he's off screen, it's an Oh! What are you doing? He's doing the charge! He's doing the charge! Jill, get out of the way! Ow! Oh! That was painful. That probably did enormous amounts of damage, and it did. Whoa! He's actually really tough! Much tougher than I remember! That's because I'm playing on hard. Oh shit, he's gonna do it again. No, that's it! I love it! I love it! That's so silly. That is so silly. They just, yeah, you know, they go on a routine investigation apparently, and they just happen to have a bloody rocket launcher. Gibbed. Properly, completely, and utterly gibbed. Fabulous. That was lots of fun. So here it is. That's it, ladies and gents. That is the end of Resident Evil HD. I'm a member of STARS. Isn't that nice? There's the Arclay Manor. Not for very much longer, though. Oh, what? Oh, what a waste. I loved that place. I loved it. Of course, obligatory post-chaos helicopter moment, a la Jurassic Park. I wouldn't leave Barry being the only one with the gun in this situation. Off into the sunset. Very Michael Bay ending there. Helicopters and sunsets. Very Michael Bay. There it is. That's it, ladies and gents. And now we have this absolutely wonderful sequence over the credits with this beautiful music. Wow. Honestly, I had such fun. I had such fun revisiting this. It was an absolute blast. For me, Resident Evil HD is one of the best horror remakes in any media ever made. It takes everything that is essential about the original and emphasizes it and makes it better and stronger. It takes everything that was weak about the original and pares it down. It's a labour of love. It really is. It reminds me very much of playing Metroid Prime on the GameCube. It has that same feeling of affection and love about it. The people who worked on this game enjoyed it. You can tell they have affection for the Resi franchise, and that's just... it's wonderful. It's all you can ever really ask for from a remake in any medium. So that was Resident Evil HD. I loved it. I had such fun. I hope you did too. When we come back, we won't do Chris's scenario right away. We'll go on and play something else first, I think. Then we'll come back and play Chris's scenario when we've had a bit of a palate cleanser. Until then, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining me on this a little bit of reminiscence. Honestly, it's been so much fun. Thank you so much for everyone who has watched, who has commented, who has shared these videos. And I hope to see you again very, very soon indeed. Bye-bye.
Jill, you did a fine job.